David checked his bank account one last night. $47. That was everything he had left in the world. No savings. No backup plan. No one to call. He was 26 years old, living in a small apartment in San Jose, eating cheap noodles every single day. His family had immigrated from Ukraine with nothing. His mother cleaned houses to pay rent. His father worked double shifts at a factory. And David, he had just been rejected from his dream job. Again, for the 5th time. The rejection email sat open on his laptop screen. "We regret to inform you." He closed the laptop. He sat in the dark. And he made a decision that night that would change everything. David had noticed something that nobody around him was talking about. People were desperate to stay connected. But calling someone internationally cost a fortune. Text messages were expensive. And the internet was free. So David asked one simple question. What if you could send a message to anyone in the world for free using just the internet? He wrote the idea down on a napkin. He called his friend Jan. Jan laughed at first. "David, we have no money. We have no office. We have no investors." David said, "I know. So we have nothing to lose." They started building in David's apartment. No team. No funding. No salary. David sold his watch to buy a used laptop. Jan skipped meals to save money for server costs. They worked 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. The first version of their app crashed constantly. Users complained. Ratings dropped to 1 star. Investors said no. Every single one of them. One investor told David directly, "This will never work. People won't trust a messaging app from 2 guys with no track record." David thanked him, walked out, and kept building. 6 months later, something shifted. People started sharing the app with their friends. Then their friends shared it with their friends. No advertising. No marketing budget. Just word of mouth. Within 1 year, they had 1 million users. David stared at that number for a long time. 1 million people, real people, were using something he had built in his apartment with $47 in his bank account. By year 2, they had 50 million users. By year 3, 200 million. And then one morning, David received a phone call. It was Facebook. They wanted to buy the company. The number they offered was so large that David had to sit down. $19 billion. He called his mother. She was still cleaning houses. He told her she would never have to work again. She cried. He cried. David's story is not about luck. It is not about having the right connections. It is not about being born into the right family. It is about one decision, made in the dark with $47 in the bank. The decision to start anyway. The decision to keep going when every investor said no. The decision to believe in something before anyone else did. Most people wait for the perfect moment. David created his moment. And that is the only difference between the people who build empires and the people who only dream about them. The question is not whether you have enough money. The question is, what are you going to do with what you have right now? If the story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And subscribe to Zentrova Biz, because we have more stories like this coming every week.